Hello, everyone. My name is Mary, and today I have a tarot card reading for the spring equinox of 2023. Now, if you haven't already noticed, I'm a bit under the weather. So I meant to get this reading out much sooner than this because today is the spring equinox, today. And so I meant to get it out sooner, but I have been sick for 10 days with a pretty bad bronchial thing. And so today I'm just going to do this reading. I've been very excited about it. I'm going to do this reading for the human collective, all the energies you need to know regarding this spring equinox today, the energies surrounding it and all of that. I have some tea here, and I will be partaking of it during the reading. So let's get that started. And I apologize for being sick. Today is the first day that I have felt somewhat better. So yay, yay for that. Okay, but let's dive into this reading. As I was shuffling the cards, I'm going to try to keep my voice low-ish because I feel like if I speak too loudly, I might start coughing. So it's going to be a low and sultry sort of reading today. Hopefully you can hear me. So as I was shuffling, I got a message from the angels regarding this spring equinox, and the message I got was revelation. So this means whatever it means to you. So I was actually guided not to really dive too deeply into the word, but I feel like what I do want to say is that revelation is something you have to be ready for. It's not something, that you can process before you're ready for it. So, and it usually because revelations are big. So this is the energy. This is the energy of revelation. So think about that. Maybe journal about it. Maybe meditate. But revelation, what does that mean to you? All right, so let's get started with the reading. As I was shuffling the cards, this card fell right out. I knew it was meant for us. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put it aside for now. But let's get started with this reading. So these cards are shuffled. They have been cut. And I'm going to do the Celtic cross layout. So this is for the human collective for our spring equinox today. So Page of Wands. So that starts us off with an energy of inspiration, an energy of stepping out into something new, something fantastic. That you're ready for revelation, basically. The Page of Wands is ready for revelation on a spiritual level, ready to learn things. He has been primed, and he's ready now. He's ready to learn. He's ready to find inspiration. He's ready to go inspire others. He knows that he doesn't know everything, and he's open, and he's excited, and he's fired up, and things are going to happen, and he's pretty excited about that. So I feel like that's where we are right now. This perfectly sums it up, where we are right now. The idea of the Page of Wands telling us, get ready. Life is about to explode and give you rainbows or fireworks or floods or whatever it is that life is about to do. Get ready for it. Get ready, get involved, get fired up. Things are about to happen. I think that's what that's telling us. So the challenge here for us all is to decide what we want. I feel like we've, as a collective, have allowed we've allowed the past and the programming from the past and all of these ideas that we thought we had to believe in, that the collective taught us. We've believed in these things, and we're not meant to take the Bible of society with us forward, because there is a word that is more powerful than the word of social media, or the word of the day, or the word of what everybody, what is the latest catchphrase? What is the latest hashtag? We need to move beyond what society is telling us and move into what our heart is telling us, and try to build from there. The Page of Wands is ready to go and create things. He's a creator. He's on the path of creation. He's in the beginning stages of this path. He's ready to download some messages and get started and get his hands dirty and build things. And so what we want to create is not what we've created before. We want to create something brand new. And the challenge is to look into our hearts to do that. To truly look into our hearts and not look at what the past has told you, to not look at what the world is telling you, to not look at what social media is telling you, to certainly not look at what all the celebrities are telling you, and the news stations and all of that. Because your heart speaks in a language differently than those things do. And this Seven of Cups is all about is about wish fulfillment, but the wishes have not yet been fulfilled. It's basically these wishes are floating in the ether, and it's up to us to use our hearts to decide what we want to create. I think this is part of the revelation, is that your heart is revealing what you want to create, what we want to create. Do we want to create more division? No. Most likely your answer is no. If it's yes, then I don't know. Do that. Do you? Do you want to create more division? Most likely, if your answer is no, then you're going to be like, okay, well, how have I been creating division before? So if you want, whatever you want to create, whatever this is, it's going to challenge you. And if it doesn't, look at this again. Look into your heart a little deeper. Because whatever it is you want to create should challenge you. These are challenging times. This is a time for growth. Every bit of growth is going to cost us something. Moving forward is a difficult task. All right, so, Judgment. Oh my gosh. So Revelation also has to do with the Bible. And the Judgment card can have a biblical interpretation. And the meaning of this, even if you have nothing whatsoever to do with the Bible and you're not really a fan, I think that anyone can still benefit from this. And the idea is that by believing in something greater, by aligning yourself with something greater and something better than you, something higher up, not a concept that could easily be rewritten by society, but something that is beyond society, beyond human, some great, wonderful thing. Aligning with that allows you to resurrect yourself. And I think that this is what's happening right now, is that we are moving beyond our past. We're moving beyond the limitations of the past. And so the angel is blowing this horn, and the people are rising up out of their coffins, out of a state that kept them afraid, in the dark, in pain. that kept them, trapped. And it's time for us to listen to that. That's what's happening. That's what we don't see, that what is happening is that we are all sort of like hearing this call, hearing this angelic sound and responding to it. So that is what's happening beneath the surface. We have the Three of Pentacles in the past. The Pentacles is that I think that this message is the message here is that I know it must seem like, because it seems like this to me, it seems like what we've built in the world is kind of crappy. When you look at all the pain, all the suffering, all the divisiveness, all of the rules and things that actually hurt people and hurt the earth. There have been rules and structures that actually do help people, but then there's a lot that don't. And there's a lot of structures that have failed us, including many that I'm sure we can see. I don't know anybody who can look at the educational system and say, yep, that's flawless. I mean, the amount of school shootings should tell you that. So the structures we've built could easily be seen as faulty, but there is a structure in place that is not faulty, that is good. And that is what this is telling us. And there is a structure that goes beyond this nation, that goes beyond any nation, that is great. It's right here in front of us, this beautiful structure. Maybe it's family, maybe it's God. There is a structure in place that's helping us to understand. Maybe it's creation itself, maybe it's the human body. Whatever it is, there is a structure in place, a physical structure in this world that is beautiful and it's good and it's worthy, and it's the reason we're moving forward on this path. And so you don't have to disregard the entire past. It's just to use your heart to realign. It's like if your Stradivarius is out of tune, you don't throw away the Stradivarius. You tune it, or get new strings or whatever it is you do. So it's like we do want to realign our hearts, but we don't want to throw away the structure that is here to help us. And that structure is a beautiful structure, and it's there to see, especially now in springtime. When the flowers start to bloom and all this stuff happens, we can see that we have together, we can together rely on this structure. This card generally means building something, and I think that that there are some systems in place that we have built, certainly, that do align with this beautiful structure that I'm talking about. I'm really getting the energy that the angels are telling us that we are building something, and it's something we're doing together. And as we move forward, the spring equinox requires us to look into our hearts and really start to build differently than we have, and challenge ourselves to leave the limitations and the pain and the trappedness and the divisiveness of the past behind, and rise up and build something new that is in line with this beautiful structure that was put in place by God, by nature, by consciousness, whatever you want to believe. Oh, this card has come up for me recently. And I think what this is telling me, and it's the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is about apathy. I think the human collective, I think a lot of us are just done. I think this is like, I'm done. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's not playing. He's not ready to grab that cup. He is, he's not happy. He's not happy. He's not a happy dude. And he's been hurt. I'm feeling from the human collective, folks, I feel like all of us, all of you, all of me, you, everybody, I think we've all been hurt by the past. I think revelations from the past or maybe recent past have hurt us. And I think that we're not ready for more revelations. Maybe we're not ready. We don't want to dig into the heart and find out what we need to build together. But this is the challenge, is to go into the heart and see what it's offering you and try to find that thing that you are ready to build, that thing that you are ready to create, this thing that you're ready to move forward with. What this card is telling me, folks, is that we're in a space where we really have to heal. So maybe you've been through a situation that taught you how to build walls around your heart. Maybe you're in a situation that has been so frustrating for so long that you're just like, I'm done with that. Or maybe you've been waiting for change. Maybe you're like, I know what's in that cup. It's not something I want. You keep offering the same thing to me over and over and over. Why don't, it's like, why would I trust the universe when the universe only offers me, the same slap in the face every single time? It's not what I want. I'm done. I know that we all have this feeling in some way, shape, or form, or this wouldn't be coming up. But it's time for us to shake that off and to go into the heart and say, what do I want? If I don't want that, if I want to say no, if I'm in the mood of saying no to this, what would I say yes to? What is it that I really do want? What is my heart getting excited about? And it's time to move forward with it. It's time to get all excited and fired up and build and create and do something. Ooh, so we have the 9 of Wands. So what I'm getting is worthy. So we're moving to a place of making this world and our society something worthy. Listen, it's possible that your view of the world, of society, of your nation, of just in general what's going on, it's possible that your view of this is, or of certain parts of it, are like, it's not worthy. None of it's worthy, or half of it isn't worthy, or or maybe you're struggling to find the worth and the value in the world to so that you can get fired up to do something about it. But what this card is telling me is that there is something worthy, and this is where we're headed, is making this life, making your world, making your life worthy. What is going to be, you're going to be worth so much more to yourself in the future. And this guy here has been through a few things. He's not feeling great, and he's ready to fight. He knows the value of this, his land, or his what he's built. He knows the value of it, and he's ready to fight. He's fought before, he'll fight again. He knows the value. So your lives have value. What you can create has value. And it's time to go and build something of value for yourselves. And to know that everyone is doing that too. Everyone else is doing that too. We're all part of this together. And it's not our place to tear down somebody else, what someone else has built, but to build something of your own that is worthy. This card keeps calling to me, but I feel like I want to wait. Yeah, I'm going to wait. All right, so we have the King of Wands, wands. It's the wands that are coming up here. Really, really strongly. So this is a very fiery, this is a fiery spring equinox. Light some fires, babes. Light a fire in your soul, light a fire in your backyard, It's time to burn up the old and create something new. I once read that that there were some Native Americans who used to burn their fields in order to do some to revive it, or to I don't know if you know about that, put it in the comments. But the fire, the ashes, creates a foundation for building something new. I think this king is just telling us to get fired up. We are ready to create something new, as together too. This is the important piece, I think, is that we're ready to create something new together. We're beyond this divisive thing that's happening. Yes, people are hurting other people, and we don't have to agree with that, and we can put rules into place, and that will protect people and put those violent people away. We certainly can have that, but at the same time, I believe it's possible that we can get fired up and know the value of everyone, to honor the value of the soul inside each person. I think that the King of Wands is a very inclusive type of king. I think he's ready to shine his light and give his love and inspiration to all people, all of his people, not just a few. And so I think as a society, as a collective, we are ready for unity. We are ready to see the value and the light inside of everybody, not just a few. And I think what we're creating here, and I think this is the key, is going to be great, and it's going to be beneficial. And we don't have to tear people down in order to build something great. I heard on a podcast, an astrology podcast recently, a person talking about one of the people was saying, "Oh, such and such, I can't wait for him to just go away." And this is a prominent person, and maybe there's millions upon millions who agree with her, and maybe there's millions and millions who don't agree with her. But the comment really struck me, because I'm like, this is one person. This is one person. Yes, he's a very powerful person, but he's only one person. One person. Look what one person can do. That's what the message here is. You don't have to wait for that person to go away. You can just create something new of your own. That's more powerful than what that person has created. Do you believe that? Do you believe that you can create something great? Something great? Do you believe that you can be just as powerful, if not more, than that person? It's time to believe that. It's time to become that. That's what this guy is. He is a creator. He can bring about anything he wants to. The King of Wands, and he's inspirational, and he's magnetic, and he charms people, and he gets people fired up, So you can do that too. So before you say, "Oh, we need to just get rid of these people and those people and these people," stop that and start seeing yourself as this. Because the King of Wands doesn't whine about what he doesn't like. He just creates what he wants to see in the world. And so it's time for us to do the same. Oh, the moon. All right, so the moon is telling me, oh my gosh, get ready for some, get ready for some stuff. As we move forward, as we are creating, the world is not going to show us what we want to see. The world is not going to show us what we want to see. And the reason for that is that we are still working with creations from the past and creations from our shadow side and all of this stuff. And also it's just the nature of God's creation in this particular realm, in this particular time and space, that we will see, we will see a dark side for everything that is light. We will see, the opposite. We will see a polarized view of the world. So for everything that you create that is good, you also create, potential for something else. It's just the nature of things, I think. And the moon is telling me to really convey the message is don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the world. Use your intuition. Use your inner sight. Don't be scared or really put off. I'm reminded this morning when I was in my kitchen making breakfast, there was this like orangish yellow spider on my faucet, and I'm afraid of bugs. So that spider really scared me a lot. And so I froze for a minute, and then I'm like, I dealt with it. But then I had these like residual feelings like, ugh, like I really don't like spiders. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, there's spiders in my hair. Where are they? There's a whole colony of them somewhere. That's the moon. That's the moon, is that you see something, and then it triggers like this this creature, this lobster coming out of the water. It triggers something else to rise up from your subconscious. It triggers fears. It triggers other things. So you might see something in the world that you don't like, or whatever, and it might trigger a lot of other fears inside you. And you'll get all swept up in it, like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world because so-and-so is doing this thing that I don't like. It's like, don't let that happen. I think we really need to pay attention to the illusion of what our minds can create and what's hiding beneath the surface of our subconscious, and how it can just sort of, throw us off. And another thing about the moon is that you have here a wolf and a dog. So you have your domesticated animal, but then you have your wild animal. And so as we move forward, as we create, we have to know that we're not just dealing with something that we know we can control, like the dog. We're also dealing with something we know we can't quite control, that is a little bit unpredictable. Creation is just like that. That you can't 100% control everything. There's a relationship to build here with creation, to be in flow, and to not be afraid of the wildness that might pop up as we move along. So this creation, this spring equinox is really talking about creation, and it's talking about uncovering what's in your heart, uncovering what's in your mind, and getting fired up about what you really want to do. All right, I feel it's time. What is this guy telling us? Fame, the tulip. So the tulip is the word for the tulip on this deck is fame, but I feel like for me it's more of a bold, I would redescribe that as bold authenticity. And I think what's popping up for this during this spring equinox, just like the tulips, blossoming, is a bold, unapologetic, authentic expression of your soul. And to not be afraid of what everyone else is doing, or what everyone else looks like, or what everyone else is telling you. Just like that woman on the podcast who said, can't wait for him to go away. No, it's not time for him to go away. It's time for you to show up. It's time for you. It's not time for anyone to go away. What it's time for is you. It's time for you to show up in your bold, authentic self and just be yourself, you know, unapologetically in the world, to be vulnerable, to be brave and courageous, to be completely devoted to the beauty of your soul and what it wants to express in the world, what your beautiful soul and your beautiful heart wants to create. It's time to make the choice here of what you want and bring it out into the world. We're creating something beautiful. Now this is in the Celtic cross, this is usually hopes, fears, or expectations, but I always use it for a message from the angels. So the angels are saying, be patient. I know there's a lot of fire energy here. These wands are fire energy, but be patient with yourself. Be patient. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. What you want to build will come about if you just watch for it. You know, decide on it. Plant the seed. Wait for it. Be patient. Don't let don't let your mind be changed between the time that you planted the seed and the time that the seed is ready to be harvested. Don't change your mind about how much you're worth and how much you're willing to do for yourself and for your dreams. It's about bringing your dreams to fruition. I mean, yeah, we want to change the world, but it might take some time. It might take a little bit. What do you think this guy is thinking? You know? Is he using this time to wait for his harvest by cultivating, impatient thoughts, dark thoughts against other people? No. I would say the look on his face, and you can't see his face, unfortunately. It's not clear enough. I would say that the look on his face is peaceful. I would say that he's got a peaceful look on his face because he knows what he has planted, he knows what he's going to harvest, and he's ready to do it. So the world might take some time to bring about your creation, but don't worry about that. It takes time. Time is on your side. And what you have to harvest here is valuable. So what do we have here as far as the numbers? I'm seeing 2 sevens. 2 sevens. Yeah. A 3. A 4. So let's get the final card and see. Oh, Death. This is one of the prettiest death cards. This deck is so pretty, I think. What is Death telling me? I'm sorry, Death is in a bright light. Death is in a bright light right now on my screen. I'm sorry about that. But what is Death telling us? What is this Death card telling us? What I'm getting is sometimes you're not in control of when a certain idea is done. Okay? Sometimes there's a transition that needs to be made. And sometimes you don't have control over that. And you can just trust that everything that is happening, everything that's changing in your life, all the revelations that may happen for you are here for your greatest good. Embrace it. Embrace it. Anyone who has died and then come back, usually have the same thing to say, that there's something great waiting there. There's a bright light. there is God, there is a love that they never felt on earth. And so what I'm feeling from this is that this, as we move through this spring equinox, we have to be ready to change. We have to be ready to we have to be ready to change. We have to be ready to accept the changes that are coming. We have to be ready to accept with peacefulness what is coming. Death in the tarot doesn't mean death. It means change. It means transition. It means a major transition. And so also what I'm getting from this is that there is some major transitions coming. And we just have to be really good at moving through these transitions. The world will not look the same tomorrow as it does today. It will certainly not look the same next year that it does this year. And everything that we're afraid of, you don't have to worry about it. We're in a massive, massive shift, and things are shifting for your highest good and not for the detriment of society. Believe it or not, I think the plan has always been for all of us to come together and build something great. And that requires some other things to fall away. It requires change. It requires transition. So let's look at one last message from the angels. I'm feeling Archangel Orifiel coming in. Archangel Michael. What do you have for me? I think this is the one. Reclaiming power. I love that this is right next to this, because where we are right now, I think, is this place of not wanting to, we just want things to go away. We I think a lot of us just want certain things to go away. We want certain people to go away. We want certain, trends to go away. We want certain laws to go away. We want pain to go away. We want certain energies and feelings to go away. And that's not where we are right now. We're not in a place of waiting for things to go away. We have to accept that when the time is right, the transition will occur. That's what death is teaching us. But I think the main message here is to reclaim your power, to stand in your power, to stand in your truth, and to really shine your light. To let your heart choose where you want to go and not be afraid of going there. So on this new moon, actually the new moon is tomorrow, isn't it? It's not a new moon. This reading is for the spring equinox. So on this spring equinox, I think that we're creating. We're ready to become something. We're ready to step into the illusions and the dangers and the weirdness that the moon is going to possibly bring us. We're here to shed our past, to rub the sleep out of our eyes, to come out of our cave and to say, yes, I'm ready to become something new. I'm ready to become something grand. I'm ready to become something great. I don't need anyone else to change for me to change. That's what we're ready. That's what we're here to say. That's what we're here to express. So this is the reading. So my prayer for all of us, and for myself, for all of you, for the human collective, is that you have the power that you have the courage to become what you need to become, regardless of what is already out there in the world. My prayer is that you have the courage to not tear things down, but to allow them to pass away when the time is right. My prayer for you is you have the love and the inspiration to reach into your heart and to bring some part of you into the world that we desperately, desperately need. So that is my prayer. Thank you for watching. My blessings to all of you. If you've made it this far, leave a comment and let me know what you thought. And keep this in mind, folks. It's time to become famous. It's time to reclaim your power and to create something great. And the revelation, it's in your heart. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.